Petition. We're live.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting game of Roll With It. Today is brought to you by the wonderful Infinity Break crew doing our excellent Infinity Break showcase. Fun reminder, we are looking for followers, so you can all shoot us a follow if you enjoy everything you see and we make you laugh.
In the top right, click that studio mode. Top right. Right. That blue thing. Click that. There we go. Okay, sorry, some people were missing from the video. And Ben doesn't know.
I mean, I don't see anyone on the
I was
video
gonna say,
right now.
there's legit one video feed in the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Alright, well, I'm gonna go back and get my tea.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys just see nothing right now, right? Let you see the rest of us.
Okay. So check out our Patreon, patreon.com/infinitybreak. Wonderful place. You can join our Facebook page of the Infinity Loop. And then we also have other various social media, Twitter, as well as a public Discord, all of which are named down below for you to find wonderful links for. To shoot us follows. If we reach affiliate, I also have promised to restart the novelization of the Roll With It series, so that should be fun. So today I am joined by 4 wonderful players for this excellent game of Roll With It. Did Josh disappear?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, so let's start with you. Everyone go ahead and introduce yourselves with your names and pronouns, if you haven't named them already.
Who are we starting with?
Josh, right?
You, now.
Hello! I'm Joshua Valentine, aka Dastardly Salute, aka Literivore. I used to host the Loud Librarian for IB. I go by he, him pronouns, and I am currently in the frozen east of Illinois doing library school things.
Hi, Josh.
Okay, and below me on this stream is...
I'm Scott Hirschberger, he, him, and I'm in the chat. I am Turkey Jenkins.
And to my left, these two wonderful people.
I am Maddie
Alright.
Trumbo Gomes. I use they, them pronouns. I am 1/3 of the upcoming podcast, Sneeple at the Movies, dropping February 14th.
And I am Andrew Akel. I'm regularly on Speak of the Devil and a bunch of other Infinity Break stuff when available.
Okay. Without further ado, Josh, you awaken in a dark and mysterious area with no idea who you are, where you are, or what surrounds you. All you see before you is a sliver of light. What do, Josh?
I'm going to pull my backpack off of my back, having just woken up after crawling into this dank, dark cave in the middle of a storm, and flick my flashlight on and look around, assuming my flashlight still has batteries. So I guess I'm rolling to turn my flashlight on.
Rolling battery check.
Yeah, rolling battery check.
Turning lights on, always a very logical step and Roll With It, and as usual, logical steps just don't work out well, because see, you rolled a 3. So, what you pull out of your backpack instead of a flashlight is a lit stick of dynamite.
Splendid.
Maddie, I'll let you go next.
Okay. To clarify, am I also here?
Yes, you are also in the cave.
Okay, great. I'm gonna try and put the stick of dynamite out.
Yeah!
Okay, do you want to specify any methods behind putting this stick of dynamite out?
I'm not thinking about it. I'm licking my fingers and going for it by trying to just grab the fuse.
Okay, you're giving me all kinds of power.
There goes my hand.
It's okay, we'll lose them together.
So the good news is, you rolled an 8, which doesn't sound like good news. But see, it's not low enough for me to just blow you up. It is, however, low enough for you to burn your fingers on the fuse, which is still lit and is still burning.
Okay.
But now you also have burned fingers.
Great.
And Andrew, I think you said your name was?
Yeah, that's my name.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. I want to run over to the dynamite, pull out a cup of water that I just had with me, and just throw it on the stick of dynamite in hopes of us not dying.
And he trips and falls and spills the water.
All right, well, this has been roll with it. We'll see.
You search your backpack, and sure enough, you manage to find not just a cup, but an actual canteen, so that it's not just dumped all over in your backpack, because that wouldn't make sense. You run over and you pour the water over the lit stick of dynamite, extinguishing it.
Yay. We're not dead yet.
Good job.
Extinguishing this distinguished dynamite.
All right, now
Yes.
let's turn back to the actual issue at hand.
Scott, you've just heard the sound of a stick of dynamite going out.
So I'm going to crawl out of Josh's back. So I'm going to crawl out of Josh's backpack.
Why are you lighting dynamite in my pack?
And just I like booms. and go look out the entrance to the cave to see if the storm has abated.
So you're basically rolling to make the storm be gone.
Yeah, builders.
Really, I kind of actually want it still be going on. I like booms.
Okay. As you looked out into the stormy night sky, feeling rain pelt your face, a simple grin touches your lips as a flash of lightning strikes down onto a tree in the valley below the mountain of the cave you're in. You rolled a 19.
Nice.
So it went from a rainstorm to a lightning storm.
I'm not sure that helps us.
It helps him, that's what he rolled for. Josh, you just watched lightning.
All right. Well, having pulled one of my spare sticks of dynamite out and not being the thing, I'm going to pull out my prospector's helmet and stick it on my head and flick it on and march out of the cave. I guess if I'm leaving the cave, I don't need the light anymore, but yeah, I'm pulling out my prospector's helmet and turning that on instead. Roll for the helmet.
See, Josh, that's not the only stick of dynamite in your backpack. And apparently, in lighting the one stick, he also managed to light the rest. So you pull out a helmet made out of dynamite that is currently on your head.
I had free time in that backpack.
Oh, what a wonderful way to spend it.
Scott just made me a helmet out of dynamite.
You just rolled a 1. You have a helmet made out of lit dynamite.
We like to start these shows off with a bang.
Certainly trying. Okay, Maddie. You now see a helmet of lit dynamite on top of this person's head.
He put it on his head, too.
I'm gonna grab it with my other hand and I'm gonna throw it back further in towards the cave.
I know where this is going.
My dice are evil. Okay, so you reach up, you grab the dynamite helmet, and you throw it into the cave that you're still in.
Yep.
The dynamite does go off.
Yep.
And a lot of things start to fall mainly rocks. You're in a situation commonly referred to as a cave-in, triggered
gonna
by
say I had a helmet,
improper
but-
dynamite disposal. Andrew, you're now in a
I'm
cave-in.
going to abandon everyone else and run out of the cave where my butler should be waiting in the car, already running.
What is happening?
So you're running away to your butler.
Yes,
Got it.
my driver.
So you managed to, sure enough, you remember the quick escape route, because all good mining caves should have multiple exits in order, just in case of a cave-in.
Just
And you
wasn't
quickly
enough.
remember where that is, and you manage to escape and get out to your butler. You rolled a 15.
Nice. All right, everybody get in.
Scott,
We're safe.
your dynamite helmet just exploded.
Thanks, Scott.
So, so I'm going to try to, as Andrew is running by, I'm going to try to just sort of grab onto his back and have him carry me along without him noticing, like the little explosion gremlin that I am.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm trying to be a kind of a little explosion gremlin who's basically hitching a ride on Andrew.
He's an Andrew Remora fish.
Okay.
He's a backpack.
So are you willing to go unnoticed, or just to... Okay.
Roll for stealth.
Okay, so during the distraction that was the massive explosion in Cave-In, sure enough, you managed to slip from Josh's backpack, which you were already outside of, into Andrew's backpack. Josh, your helmet exploded.
Having determined that my entire life has been haunted by a little explosive gremlin, I'm going to throw my backpack away immediately and instead pull from the side, having been illuminated by the explosion, my mining drill, and I'm going to drill my way out of the cave.
You reach into your backpack, and sure enough, you pull out a mining drill, and you start mining into the caved-in wall of the cave in the hopes of escaping. You rolled a 15.
So do I escape, or am I starting to?
It's early in the game. You escape.
Yeah!
I try to get meaner as the game progresses, you know, have higher standards.
So I assume the cave is caving in from the back forwards. Is that right?
I wouldn't say you guys were fully at the back of the cave,
Oh no.
but it is starting definitely from behind you guys. And Josh already established that there is at least one path to still get out of the cave, and Josh just drilled another one.
Okay. I'm gonna go out the path that is open still, and I'm gonna get in the trunk of your car.
Like how everyone's just trying to steal a ride rather than just asking
Right?
for a
Something I
ride.
said, everybody come on. Everyone sneaks in like, oh, I guess nobody came.
Okay, sure enough, you managed to follow Andrew out of the cave and slip into his trunk rather than the back seat. Andrew.
Now, you would think I was trying to escape in my driver's car. But no, actually, he was just bringing me my Batman suit, which I am then going to retrieve from him and change into it.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
So you're changing... Okay, so are you doing this outside of the car or like in the back seat?
Oh, no, I'll do it outside the car. I don't care.
Outside the car, okay. Okay, so the good news is Maddie's in the trunk and Scott's in the backpack, so you're not putting a show on for anyone.
It's very inconspicuous.
Shit. And sure enough, you pull out your Batman costume because you rolled a 2, and you start to stretch this weird spandex costume built for a 12-year-old over your full-grown body.
All right, perfect. That's what I wanted.
Because you rolled a 2.
That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Scott.
I saw that coming.
So I guess I'm going to try to steal some of his. If he has a Batman suit, he might also have some bat grenades. I'm going to try to steal some of those if I can.
He doesn't carry around grenades.
Okay, so just to be sure you remember this, Scott, it was a costume for 12-year-olds.
I mean, that's what he had access to. Who says he couldn't have gotten some just actual grenades and painted bats on them?
Okay. I just want to make very sure.
I mean, if I get toy grenades, I'm also fine with that.
Trying to decide how best to interpret this. So, as you slip your hand out of the backpack and reach for one of the weapons on Batman's utility belt, you grab a piece of plastic that is actually glued to the costume. So, Andrew, you now have a little demolition goblin reaching out of your backpack, trying to pull one of the fake toy weapons off your utility belt.
All right. As happens.
Okay, Josh, you
Slap it
just
down.
drilled yourself out of a cave.
All right. Well, I'm going to summon my aerial digger robot to return to the satellite to inform my boss that we are currently developing a explosion gremlin problem and we need to wipe out the mountains.
This does not sound like a negative to an explosion gremlin.
So okay.
We're gonna gas them out.
I just need to make sure I heard this right. You have an aerial drilling robot?
So it's like a satellite drilling robot that's going to come down, land, and then I'm going to get in it and fly back up.
Yeah.
So I assume that I'm rolling to summon it first, and we'll figure it out from there.
Okay. I was just trying to understand how an aerial robot drilled mines, and that's where I was getting
It's like a dropship.
confused. Dropship, yeah, okay. That makes
I'm the
a lot
miner. I do
more
all the drilling.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. So you go outside and you call the mother base, hey, can I get my aerial drilling robot to pick me up? You mean our helicopter? Yeah, it'll be right there. And a minute later, a rope drops down for you to climb up to get onto the helicopter. You rolled a 13. Maddie, you're in the trunk of a
Car that isn't moving.
Batman's car.
I sure am.
You don't know that.
It's true, I
You
don't
didn't
know
see
that.
my
I was in the
costume.
trunk before this all started happening. What I do know is now that I am in the trunk, I am at a more advantageous position to... I'm imagining this is one of the cars where if you're in the trunk, you can push a part of the seat out to get into the main part of the car, which will allow me to stealthily attack the butler and hijack the car.
No, my butler.
I'm not going to kill him. I might kill him. Her, I don't want to assume.
I don't know. Let's go with they, them.
Okay, so you do remember that Batman's butler Alfred is also very combat trained, right?
Not as
Well-
good as me.
Just like with Andrew and the real Batman, Andrew's butler and the real Batman's butler are two very different things. And you managed to slip into the back seat, grab your rope, and slip it around the butler's throat to choke him out and steal his car. You rolled a 16.
Great.
Andrew,
So-
unbeknownst to you, your butler is unconscious or dead.
Well, I'm moving on from that. He got me my costume, so we're
There is
all
also a
set.
dynamite goblin trying to pull a plastic weapon that is glued to your spandex.
Right. So I'm going to. Oh. I think I'm going to pick up the goblin, the gremlin, whatever it is, and seeing that there's a helicopter above us with a rope down, run over to that and climb up it. See if I can steal this helicopter.
And you're bringing the gremlin with you.
Yeah, sure.
You are climbing into a helicopter. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You know that I'm essentially an explosion gremlin as opposed to just like a helpful fairy.
Yeah, you very quickly rappel up the rope and get into the helicopter with this goblin still in your backpack, still probably trying to pull the plastic weapon off your spandex.
It's glued on. He'll never get it.
Because he's kind of like just blindly reaching. I don't think he fully is looking at what he's reaching for. It's literally just an arm sticking out of a backpack.
No, look, it's glued on. He's not going to take it from me. There's no way.
Speaking of explosive goblin, Scott, it's your turn.
So since this thing doesn't really seem to be coming, I'm going to poke my head out of the backpack, realize that we are significantly higher in the area than I thought we were, and then try to disappear underneath a seat in the helicopter.
So you're rolling to hide under a seat in a helicopter?
Just trying to hide in general.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to find a good little hiding place. It's called the backpack you're already in. You just sort of stick your arm back in there, and
Very smart.
no one just really pays you any mind. Like, this Batman guy might kind of know you're in there, but he also might completely forget. You rolled a 14. Josh,
Hello.
you're in a helicopter with
All
a
right.
friend.
I don't know that.
Well, with a person who may or may not be a friend, but is also currently wearing a costume for 12-year-olds.
You know, it fits him pretty well.
I've grown since
He
my
looks
last
fine.
recording, okay?
It makes him look buff because it's really small.
Pulling at the seams, yeah.
It's a muscle costume.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to, I guess, ride in this helicopter that is going to deliver me to the headquarters of the Borktheon mining facility.
This is a well-connected.
Okay, are you wanting to do anything at this Borktheon? Like, I don't want to
yes.
spend... Like, if you want to spend your entire turn...
That's the thing
On
with traveling.
traveling,
How long are turns? But yeah, I guess I'll arrive at the Borktheon mining facility for Borktheon Incorporated, and I'm going to report to my commanding officer and say, "Hello, Kryel Shina Zorbazaz, reporting from the mines of Yarglok. We have discovered that there is a infestation of explosion gremlins in the mines, and I would like permission to seek military action against them. And so I'm going to roll to persuade my my boss to grant me permission to lead a military expedition into the mines.
Okay, before I address whatever nonsense that was, you will need to type all of those names in chat, because I, A, will not remember any of them, and B, have no idea what they are anymore, let alone how to pronounce them, but I can figure that out later.
I've done this before, it's fine.
I legit do this every time I play this stupid game with him. But you asked how long is a turn. This is roll with it. A turn is as long as you want to make it. The more complex the move, the meaner I can be if you fail. There's really no limits. Okay, so you return to your home base of whatever the hell it was called. Borktheon Yarglock mining facility. Or no, hold up. Okay, so you return to the Borktheon Mining Corporation headquarters, and you turn in to speak to,
Oh, I didn't name my boss.
The one person
Your
you did
boss.
name.
Jim. and I'm sorry, what was it you said? Can you repeat that?
Nope.
Apparently
what-
not.
What am I? Oh yeah, so I reported to my boss saying, Kryl Shana Zorbazaz reporting for duty, sir. There is a infestation of explosion gremlins in the Yarglock mining facility, and I would like permission to lead a military expedition to flush them out.
He looks down at the clipboard he has, flips over a page, is like, I can afford to give you 5 people and about, I don't know, like a fire truck with maybe a couple shotguns that we keep on hand for bears.
For bears?
If you're mining in the woods, bears can be a problem.
It's the crystalline forest. The bears are made of gems. How are we going to shoot them with shotguns?
Well, the shotguns are obviously loaded with gems as well.
Ah, fair enough.
You know, just like how you sharpen a diamond is with a faster moving diamond.
I've never been requisitioned a gem shotgun for bear patrol, so I don't know. I am but a simple miner.
Most of our miners get them if we can trust them.
Well, I had a hat made of dynamite, so...
I'm sorry, you did what with our dynamite supplies?
That's what I'm talking about. We have a gremlin infestation. It made a hat full of dynamite in my backpack. Diamondite.
Diamondite.
More dangerous of dynamites.
Alright, okay, just try to take care of it before the news finds out. We don't need another PR incident.
Yes, sir, Fofdaddle Gorgonzola, sir.
My name's Jim, I ain't gonna tell you again. Get out of my office. Maddie, you just stole a limo.
I forgot what happened earlier.
I sure did. So I'm gonna follow my original job, which was to get inside the mines and take the gems and get them back to my cellar. So I'm gonna drive around to another entrance in the mines and get back in.
So you're going back to the
I
mine?
sure am.
In a limo. Though.
In a limo.
In a limo. You're driving a limo into a caved-in cave.
I assume there's another entrance.
She'll make it in if she drives fast enough. Or they'll make it in.
I don't know, kind of depends on the limo.
It's an
How
off-road.
reinforced is Spandex Batman's limo? Let's find
We're in
out.
the middle of a crystalline
Batman.
forest. Like, we drove out to the forest. A forest made of diamonds.
Okay, so the good news is because a lot of mining equipment is used, the various caves are big enough for you to drive into, so you successfully drove a limo into the cave.
There you
Was
go.
there more to your turn, or
I was gonna say I don't know. That seems like a pretty big thing for me to do. But yes, if I have the ability to go further in, I've got a map that my contact gave me, and I need to find my way to the actual gems.
okay? Yeah, I'll make that on the next turn.
turn?
But you do have the map. I'll give you that. You do have the map
Great.
of this mine. We're not yet sure how old of a map it is, but you do have a map.
Me neither.
Well, one of the entrances has changed.
But I changed it, so
Just a little scribble on the map saying "not open anymore."
no.
Large hole.
Don't open.
Dead inside.
I was gonna say dead inside.
Don't dead open inside.
Andrew, your helicopter has landed at the. Hold on, I gotta scroll up and refind it.
It doesn't matter.
Borktheon.
I'm gonna
The
steal
Borktheon
Mining.
Mining
I'm gonna
Corporation.
steal the helicopter and head back towards the mine. I might try to do like a barrel roll on the way.
Can you do a barrel roll in a helicopter?
I'm sure as fuck gonna try.
We'll find out.
I've seen video of it. It's in a music video for a cover of the song Technical Difficulties.
Okay, so you look back at the helicopter piloting classes you took that your father got for you when you were like 15.
Part of my
And
Batman
you-
training, clearly.
For the most part, managed to keep the helicopter in the air from crashing.
Cool.
You almost do a barrel roll, but you definitely did not intend to. You probably tell everyone you did,
Definitely.
but you most definitely did not, because you rolled a 10.
Good enough. I made it. That's the important part.
But congratulations, you got right back to the starting point. Okay, Scott, did you jump out of the helicopter before it flew back to the mines?
I mean,
Or are you still in the helicopter?
I was in the backpack. I was going to try to say, I was going to try to like spontaneously like divide. So there are two bomb gremlins, one of which is left at the mining corporation headquarters, and the other one of which, and I head back with the helicopter.
My god, they're
I stand
multiple
up.
mining.
So, okay, so your turn is to divide yourself into two individual demolition explosion goblins, or gremlins, so that you can keep one at the headquarters and send one back to the mine. Got
Pretty
it.
much.
Just in case there's anyone who can't hear him.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to project a bit.
You close your eyes and you focus very, very hard, and nothing happens. You rolled a 9, which is not enough for you to reproduce by spontaneous self-replication. So I will, however, still give you the choice. After failing that, are you at the headquarters, or are you back at the mine?
Did you take your backpack with you?
Oh yeah, it's still with me.
In that case, I'm still in the backpack.
You don't just
Okay.
leave backpack places, come on.
I'll just start
Okay.
playing around with other bits of dynamite in there. Not sure what I'm doing at this point.
Josh, you have 5 miners with shotguns to take on the explosive gremlin army.
Now when you say miners, do you mean like with an E or with an O?
I mean, like, people who work in
Got
mines.
it. E.
It could be both.
I just want to be very clear. I can't hear you, Josh.
Hello!
There you go.
I don't remember why I pushed that button. Alright, so I'm going to lead my squad of miners into the mine here, and we are going to spread out in a defensive position, and we're going to look for goblins or gremlins.
So you're rolling
So
to find
tactical formation and roll to find gremlins.
Alright. Oh jeez, why did I roll this tiny dice? Okay. Fortunately, this is not your first rodeo with explosive gremlins. You've worked in these mines for quite a while. You really deserve a raise. But everyone thinks you're just not quite there in the head. It's led to a lot of problems. But everyone respects your gremlin hunting abilities. So the 5 miners all fall into perfect formation as you march into this cave. Shotguns fully loaded.
Hooah!
And you know what? You rolled a 15, you were also given a shotgun.
Of course.
So there are currently 6 people with shotguns in this mine controlled by Josh Valentine. Let that sink in, chat.
I'm a very competent leader.
Meanwhile, Maddie has a limo in the cave.
I will keep driving the limo until I can no longer take it into the cave. I want to make that clear.
You get about to where you caved the cave in.
Cave to the cave in.
Okay, so now I need to get...
You are literally exactly where you started, but now you have a limo.
So that's an improvement. I mean...
Too bad I don't have any more good ideas. I'm going to ram the limo into the cave.
Welcome to roll with it.
Good ideas.
Okay.
In an attempt to clear a path.
So you close your eyes and you think and you focus and you wonder, how can I possibly get through all of this rubble? And then you look at your battering ram car and
it was bright.
you jump back into the limo, you pop it in reverse, you back up, and oh, that's even better. You ram straight forward into a pile of rocks, setting off every airbag as you smash your face into the steering wheel airbag. You rolled a 6.
Oh.
I started this saying you rolled a 9, and I was going to say you only had room to get to about 5 miles per hour. Then I looked at the dice again, and you rolled a 6, so... Nah, you had plenty of space to hurt yourself.
Once again, not exceptionally bright, I would say. How injured am I, exactly?
Your nose is most definitely bleeding. Probably broken. I'm not sure. We'll see how things go on your next turn.
Did I see this happen?
Actually, yeah, probably. You probably, came in just in time to see a limo peeling out in your cave and just ram headfirst into the cave in.
Alright. Target acquired.
Andrew.
Okay, so I want to fly down into the entrance of the cave and get basically as close as I can in this helicopter. Take my backpack and light one of the sticks of dynamite I have in there and just throw it into the cave entrance.
Hell yeah.
Wow. I like how none of you are working together. Normally in D&D, a series of people will team up.
No, this is, someone's got to get these gems, and it's going to be me. Even if I have to trap everybody.
But
else.
no, it's just a
this is just rat
free-for-all
race.
right now on who can destroy a cave the quickest. So you're throwing a backpack full of lit dynamite at a cave
Right,
entrance.
there's also an explosive gremlin inside my backpack. So.
With the explosive gremlin inside.
That was in Josh's backpack.
No,
I
you're
don't
lying.
have my backpack anymore.
You rode back with me in the
So-
helicopter.
I'll say you got into his backpack when you were to get onto the helicopter.
Oh.
Because you were like reaching your arm out trying to pull a
My
bat grenade off his belt.
when there was dynamite in the backpack with you.
Okay, so you pick up your backpack, you stick a hand in, and you pull out a lit stick of dynamite
Already fucking-
just in time to see the fuse go inside. Think, well, shit.
Damn.
Chop her down.
Ooh.
So, Scott, what in your turn would you like to do to establish that you are not completely killed by a backpack full of dynamite plus you
Also, helicopter going down.
and a helicopter going down?
Roll to dodge. The ground? As Douglas Adams says, that's how you
To
fly.
be fair, he is not human.
Yes,
If you wanted to roll to establish a level of immunity, it's not that absurd.
I mean, actually,
It is
the
far
whole-
from the dumbest thing people have done in this
Is
show.
that he's
kind
an
of what I was
explosion
thinking of
gremlin,
doing,
so...
and then just like grabbing a couple sticks of dynamite and then like jumping into the middle of where the gremlin hunters are.
So your plan is to kamikaze into the gremlin hunters.
Well, I'm not sure I'm actually vulnerable to explosions or not.
We'll find out.
Yep.
And we all die.
What if they're just like the goblins from Warcraft? They just live to blow themselves up.
So as Andrew pulled out the lit stick of dynamite, your head popped up out of the backpack, said, "Get wrecked," as you jumped out holding the 2 sticks of dynamite. Josh, from above you, you just hear a scream and an explosion, and as everyone looks up, you look up just in time to see a goblin spread eagle in the wide X body spinning down to land right in the middle of you and explode.
Scott, give us your gremlin war cry.
Excellent. Scott, you just rolled a 20.
The perfect time.
The war has begun.
So Josh,
Yes?
you just got blowed up.
How blown up? There are varying levels.
You're right. There are varying levels of blowed up. What level of blowed up you are depends on what you attempt to do with your turn and how much the dice like you.
Seeing this goblin leaping into my my group, I'm going to hope that the rest of my party, or the rest of my squad, activates their crystalline explosion repellent armor, as I will do the same, and then duck down to the ground to get maximum crystalline protection from this falling meteor of an explosive gremlin. Gobbo gremlin.
Excellent.
Gremo Gobbo.
You shout out, "Quick, activate your armor." And everyone looks at you. What armor?
Oops.
You're all dead. Don't worry. As I'm sure you're all aware, death is very far from the end of a roll with it game.
It's a spectrum.
It's generally a level up.
Troll.
Generally a level up. Okay, Maddie, You're either concussed or some level of wounded in a helicopter
Excuse me. It was
or in a limo.
Yeah,
In a limo, sorry. That just rammed at, I'm going to say probably around 50 miles per hour into a rock wall.
There is no way I am not unconscious. But
It's roll with it. There's always a way.
there's always a way. I'm going to roll out of the car, and I'm gonna make for the trunk again to try. This is where I live.
It's so cozy in there.
No, I believe
I
I believe I spotted some kind of laser cutter in there. I'm gonna try and use to get through the rock wall. Though I'm presuming I'm going for the trunk right as something is exploding, so I don't know how far I get. But I want to try and cut through the cave-in. That is still my focus with the laser cutter I believe I saw in the trunk earlier.
Okay. God damn it. I need a better dice box, by which I mean I need a dice box that's
dice
not a
box.
cardboard box wrapped in a towel. Okay, so you go into the trunk of the car, and sure enough, you pull out a laser cutter drill, and you just walk up to the cave entrance as explosions are just everywhere behind you, and you just start drilling straight into these caved-in rocks.
Yep, I don't care about the explosions. I also
You
probably
rolled a
can't hear very
16,
well right
so-
now. So
You probably can't hear much of anything after those explosions.
nope.
You didn't look at it. when you walk over
But
to
you
the-
are on the half of the team that still has a heartbeat. Assuming gremlins have hearts that beat.
Only dynamite.
We'll figure that out eventually. Maybe. You're the last living human, I assume.
Nope.
It has yet to be established for sure, but you know.
So what are my options now that I assume I'm dead?
You can be a ghost, you can be a zombie, you can...
Use your imagination.
Your limitations, as slight as they were, are now even slighter.
So, I'm actually...
Become the planet.
Andrew, as we knew him, is now dead, died in that helicopter crash. But my butler actually survived the choking and crawls out of the limo and pulls the silenced pistol from his pocket and walks up behind Maddie and puts it to your head and says, "We split the gems."
Roll to intimidate.
Okay, so I'm going to roll to see if you can just full on switch which character you are
Okay.
first. That is up to the dice. If you succeed, you are triggering an in-character conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
And oh boy, do I want you to succeed. Yes!
Okay.
You rolled a 12, which is above a 10, so I will allow it.
Rubbing my throat, which is all bruised now. I put the gun up to your head and say, "You get through that, we split the gems. And I don't kill you right now." There's blood coming out of my head because I was
Both of
also
us
in
are
the
covered in
limo.
blood.
I was gonna say, you most definitely were also in that car crash,
Yeah,
and
You
you
were
were
behind the
unconscious
seat,
during
so-
that car crash.
that's probably better. I was
I'm-
relaxed. I didn't
I'm
tense
not
up, right?
sure. Yes, but you weren't doing anything to avoid your face smashing into things.
All right, so
I
there's
don't
a
know
lot of
what
blood.
position your unconscious body was put in. If you were just seat belted to the passenger seat, or if you were just thrown in the
I
trunk.
definitely threw you in the back seat.
All right.
You were on the floor of the
You
back
know,
So I'm probably a little bloody, but
if you're on the floor, that's actually probably one of the safer places to
seat.
be.
Yeah, you're
oh,
welcome.
okay,
Just because, like, you got the back seats and the front seats kind of holding you in place.
Well, that's why I'm not just shooting you now. It's because that was very considerate.
Oh. I feel like we're building a good working relationship here.
All right, I'm gonna sit down while you get through that.
Oh, you're not gonna help? That's fine. No, it's fine. I'll just do it myself.
I'm gonna sit here. I hold the gun up and keep it up on you in case you try to do anything.
It's fine. I'll just do all the. I'm gonna keep cutting. I don't explicitly agree to the deal. I want to make it clear.
Okay. Scott.
So, I'm going to first. I think probably the primary part of my
Please
role
speak up.
be a lot. I think probably the primary part of my role is rolling to still be alive after that stunt. But
Alright, so are you wanting to just roll to establish an immunity to explosive damage?
This is dangerous.
I think let's just start there. I have other plans. Those can be later turns.
Okay. Because remember, the more you add to a turn, the higher you have to roll to succeed.
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't matter what your turn is. If you fail this roll, you're dead too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, the good news is, this is not your first dynamite parachute rodeo. And though you're not necessarily immune to explosive damage, you are highly resilient to it. So you're in a lot of pain right now, but you're not dead.
No wonder he was just lighting dynamite if he's highly resistant to it.
This is not the first time I've done this. It says some very worrying things about both me and this and just this planet in general.
The safety regulations are not there.
No such thing as OSHA on the moon.
We're on the
What did you name the planet yet, Josh?
I have not named the planet yet. If someone wants to have that privilege, go right ahead, but I'll get to it.
Okay, hold up. What the heck is Faffeldaddle Gorgonzola?
That was my boss's name because I hadn't named him, and then you named him Bob.
No,
I named him Jim.
He goes by Jim for short.
I asked you what his name was. You said you had named him, so I named him because I wanted a name I could remember. If I
Faffeldaddle Gorgonzola, but he goes by Jim.
No wonder.
That tracks.
Shit, that's a lot easier to remember.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's Josh's turn.
We're back. All right. So, having just been exploded into little bits, the spirit and the spirits of my fellow miners leave our bodies and begin to coalesce in the air as we feel the strength of our planet of Caranubulum and
Carnubulum.
Hold on, let me get that typed out.
Well, I'm sorry, what's Carnubulum?
The planet.
The planet is Carnubulum, and as our spirits leave our bodies, we are empowered by the spirit of our lovely goddess of the planet Carnubulum, and we begin to coalesce into a crystalline elemental in the middle of the cave.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. We're reaching the point in every game of Roll With It where the DM just kind of dies inside.
Another one bites the dust. Let's all play the name game.
So as you and your 5 miners form yourselves into a circle... God, I wish it was 4 minors so I could say into a pentagram. But as you form yourselves into a circle and hold hands and begin to chant prayers, you feel your bodies begin to become more and more powerful, and you start sharing thoughts with all the spirits around you as all of your knowledge and all of your power combines. Crystals from the cave walls begin to swirl around you as Maddie, I guess, maybe notices it. Probably not. Maybe the
I'm a little
confused
busy.
butler. As these rocks form around, and sure enough, they're standing in a bouldered crystalline form. Is Josh, or no, hold up. Let me scroll back up to find the name. Is Kralshana Zorbazaz.
Kryl-Shana Zorbazaz.
One more time?
Kryl-Shana Zorbazaz.
Kralshana Zorbazaz.
Kryl-Shana Zorbazaz. Say it with me.
Kralshana Zorbazaz. If I'm still saying it wrong, I genuinely don't know what I'm saying wrong, because it sounds like I'm saying the same thing as you.
Becomes the crystalline incarnation of Carnubulum the goddess.
Is resurrected as a crystal elemental as Josh rolled an 18 to make me say a lot of stupid names. And is now a crystal elemental.
I'm looking for anything I might have near my desk that looks crystalline.
Oh no, would a whiskey bottle count? Maddie,
So my contact.
you're in a situation. I don't know what else to tell you.
I have a lot of plates spinning right now. But I'm focused on the fact that my contact did not specify what kind of gems I need to get, and I could go through this cave in, or I could just start hacking at Josh's legs with my laser cutter and just take that and sell it instead.
Oh no!
So you're rolling to mine Josh.
Boss fight music in start.
Yeah, basically.
So, oh,
That's a good.
how far are
good
we?
sign.
Oh god, we're only an hour in. Well, on the good side, we're a full hour in, or close enough to a full hour in, so I can do this. As you turn around to start sawing or drilling into Josh, you forget to turn the laser drill off as you're turning, and you instead cut straight through the limo, including the gas tank, and
Shit.
gasoline does not like lasers very much, so it explodes, killing both the butler and you.
Oh well. You hear a faint
So-
yay
What
from
can you
outside.
do?
Almost everyone has died now.
Everyone except
Scott
the
is
goddamn
legitimately the only living person.
Last gremlin standing.
The person
And
who jumped
he
out of a
is-
helicopter with dynamite.
And he is severely wounded. Like, don't get me wrong, Scott, you're in a dangerous place. You're not too far behind.
Time to finish him off.
I just go, yay!
So, Andrew, you are now one of two ghosts, or both of them, or any other afterlife belief you choose to bring into this absurd game.
So my goal is to steal these gems. I was only covered there with Batman. So now that I'm in a ghost form, I'm gonna walk through the cave in because I can just pass through this shit, and head for where I believe the gems are, which is I have no idea where, but I'm just gonna walk through it looking for gems.
So you want to establish you're capable of walking through rocks so you can go grab rocks.
Yep.
Okay.
Only the rocks I want, though. I don't want these rocks. They're regular rocks.
Sounds fine.
Yeah, you managed to walk straight through the cave-in, and honestly, you just kind of, like, since you already have a rough idea of how the cave is laid out, you're just basically able to just walk through any walls between you and where the crystal gathering portion of the mine is.
I open the console and type in no clip and then just walk through.
Yeah, it's
TGM.
death, no clip, same basic thing, right?
Do that.
Scott.
So, I'm going to call for the others of my people, the other gremlins, the natives of this planet, to go carry me to the. They'll carry me in to examine what damage that last explosion did to our homes in the caves.
So you're rolling to establish you're part of an army,
Not army, just a species.
or a part of a group, and B, they like you enough to carry you to the cave.
Pretty much.
Okay. I just always try to make very sure I know exactly what you guys are wanting to do.
Yeah.
You reach into your backpack or back pocket and pull out a walkie-talkie that somehow is miraculously alive. It's built by explosive gremlins, so of course it survived. It's used to this crap. And you just hit it and you're like, Bomber 5 to Mother Base. Bomber 5 to Mother Base. I need help. Mother Base to Bomber 5. Where is your position? Now I'm gonna scroll up and find the name of the stupid cave again.
I think it was the
Yarglock.
the Yarglock mining facility
Yeah, of course.
on the planet Charnubaloom.
Roger that. We are dispatching an assistance team to the Yarglock mining facility immediately. Be there in ETA 15 minutes. Time goes by, and sure enough, about you know what? You rolled a 15, so I'll say 15 goblins show up to assist you.
Damn.
And they all just kind of look around and like, what the hell happened?
Wait, so did the bomber drop the goblins?
No, Scott's Bomber 5.
Oh, he became what?
That's his code name.
I was like, where did planes come in all of a sudden?
You've got a helicopter.
That's a fair point, but I thought Scott was going. I was like, where did he summon planes from? Anyway.
Okay, so yeah, and you look around for the most part. Other than that main entrance area, which has definitely seen better days, the rest of the cave is relatively intact.
Okay.
So Josh, you are now a crystal elemental.
There's
Uh,
again.
I'm gonna begin slaying everything. Mostly gremlins.
Battle with the gremlins.
I was gonna
So,
say there's not
I
a
am
whole lot
yes.
left to
There's,
slay.
I am going to now start just slaughtering gremlins.
And you are moved by the ghosts of 6 people on a quest to kill goblins. To
Yep.
kill gremlins.
The vengeance of the goddess Charnubaloom desires explosive gremlin blood.
As all of your battle instincts of 6 people consume your collective mind, you turn to see this gremlin army marching in on you. and rage just fills your eyes as you just wave your hand and crystal spears shoot out and take out
Oh no.
10 of the 16 gremlins. Scott was not one of them.
Damn.
But Scott, you now only have 5 goblins with you, or gremlins with you.
I'll get you,
Presumably,
Scott.
A couple of them are carrying me.
Yes, yeah. A couple of which are most likely carrying you. So, Maddie,
So I'm
what did
going
you do?
to.
Oh, yeah, you blew yourself up last
Yeah, I'm
night.
dead. I'm dead. But hopefully not for long.
Blew 2 of us up, actually.
Yeah, I took you with me. Welcome to life number 3. I am going to make a deal with Space Devil to to have my body revived in order.
Damn.
Sorry, I'm just picturing the golden fiddle, but like instead of a fiddle, it's like a techno music station thing. I can't think of what they're
You
called.
know those like
now.
little
Spin
square
turntable?
boxes that
It's
have
a
all the
theremin.
buttons on them, and people put a bunch of like,
Yeah,
mixes.
yeah, those like with the little buttons and the sliders and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, Space Devil.
That's him. That's it right
He's
there.
challenging you to a techno music competition.
Absolutely. In my younger years, I was quite the DJ.
Anyway,
I since turned to.
anyways,
a pro.
what was your turn? Other than summoning Space Devil?
I'm making a deal with the Space Devil to basically have my body revived and have my soul put back in my body.
Oh god, I gotta come up with a name for Space Devil.
Oh, that is his name.
Or a
That's his
voice
name.
for Space Devil.
Just
Yeah,
what he
well.
goes by. Space Devil.
His name is Space
It's
Devil.
all
Yeah.
one word.
Yeah, it's Space Devil.
Space Devil.
I need a voice for him though. And I already established techno music, so let's see.
I'm a
Ooh.
fiddle
Like
player
Sparks.
too. Speak of the devil!
Maybe our second.
We've come full circle!
Our second devil battle of the day.
No, I'm making a deal.
And what in return shall you give to me?
Problem is, I've already established this character is not very smart. Like whatever you want, man. I just need to get these gems. I don't really have like a thing to offer, but like you usually pick the thing, right? I've never done this before. I don't know how this goes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I want 30% of your gems that you collect.
That's kind of a low ball.
That's a
Tree.
great
I would
deal.
expect higher from the Space Devil.
Yeah.
Resurrections are easy. Especially if you can defeat me first. All deals come with the competition.
You know what, my man? That is absolutely fair. I will take that deal. Also, I will probably bring you a ghost in the bargain, because I am going to kill that butler.
You've already killed me once.
I'm going to do
As
that.
I
Butler's already
said,
dead.
so you've already killed the butler
Doesn't matter. You're still
and
competition.
his boss. Or no, the boss killed him. Or no, Scott killed his boss.
No, I killed.
I've killed
myself.
at least one person. Maybe more. I'm not really clear.
Okay, hold up. We need a head count. Who killed who?
I'm pretty sure I killed myself because it was on my turn. I was pulling dynamite out of my bag and it was
No,
already lit.
no, I knocked the
Yeah, you
butler
pulled a
unconscious
dynamite
and
out of a
then killed you.
bag that was full of dynamite with an explosives gremlin in it.
Yeah, and
Like, I feel it's probably implied Scott lit it even if it was not his turn.
I don't
Yeah, I mean, I was
know.
fiddling around with it. How else do you think he got the hat?
There's
Um,
both bags.
So yeah, defeat Space Satan with a techno music battle, and you can come back to life. So this is going to be a roll competition. I have 6 dice. I'll let you choose yours, and I will roll another for the devil. I've got a red transparent one, an all black one, a skull one, a purple one, a green one, and a tiny one.
I want the all black one.
All black?
And I want to
Okay.
say that I'm doing a techno cover of Shoot the Thrill.
I don't know that song, but okay.
It's okay.
So, as you play out your music and the beats just get so loud,
So sick.
Space Satan just sort of smirks, like, that's the best you got? He plugs in his amp, which is probably a thing I don't
It's
use
me. He plugs it into the crystalline elemental.
And he blares out such a loud, booming bass note that the entire cave collapses.
What a jerk!
Because you rolled a 1,
I mean, that's really not that bad.
and
for you.
Space
Here it
Satan
goes.
rolled a 19.
Damn.
That's a swing.
Oh, man. I went out like I lived
So-
badly.
You are completely and utterly defeated in every dimension by Space Satan in this techno music battle. Because I don't know how else to resolve that.
Alright, well, try again next turn.
So, Andrew, as you're walking through all these walls, you suddenly realize there's nothing but wall.
Oh man. So naturally, at the center of this network of caves, there's a round circular room where they, keep diamonds in a briefcase sitting on like a center pedestal. So I want to head towards that and see if that area is caved in too, or if I can retrieve this expensive briefcase still.
Okay. Sure enough, you float into the big center meeting area, and you find just a little simple briefcase sitting wide open that you're able to grab,
Cool.
full of gems. You rolled a 20, so
Nice.
congratulations, you have the crystals.
I have the crystals. Now I have to make my escape.
Scott,
So I'm
do you
guessing-
do anything upon hearing a techno battle begin within your cave?
I mean, I presume we're like either. I assume that everybody who can run is running away from the crystal golem. That's already killed like 2/3 of us. I'm not, and I. So yeah, I think we're running away and scattering into these, and I think we're just like pretty much we're trying to run away and scatter into the crystal forest around town. Whether
So
or not
you're
we
rolling
meet with
to-
them-
Sorry, go ahead.
So I think the gremlins are running away into the crystal forest, and whether or not they take me with them, I think I'll leave up to the dice.
Okay. So, okay. Crystal Elemental slaughters more than half your army. They don't even run. They just freeze. And then suddenly a loud blaring sound echoes through the cave. And this isn't a cave-in where, like, the cave is down. This is like the whole mountain essentially collapsed to fill in all this cave. Like, this
big is
whole
this
mountain's screwed. So to answer your question, no, they did not take you with them in that they didn't even make it out. You rolled a 4, and with this being the second half, welcome to the Club of the Dead.
Yay, that's everybody.
Yeah!
We made
Double
it.
team kill!
No, even more
TPK.
close.
Uh,
I mean, technically, Josh succeeded in killing all the gremlins too.
yeah, I guess.
They're all dead.
One character.
They are all dead.
Yeah. Vengeance.
That being said, Josh, what are you doing about this cave-in?
The cave has collapsed on top of me, and having defeated the goblins as well as the other invaders of the cave, and having been consumed by the spirit of Cronubulum, I become one with the planet's spiritual energy and can feel everything across its entire surface.
Okay, I need you to repeat some of that with a lot less of the bullshit words.
I become the planet.
You become the planet. Okay. Every time you say these weird words,
It's called flavor
my
text.
brain short
Might be?
circuits a little.
It's world building.
Yeah, come on.
Literal
It's
word
my
building.
job.
And you just rolled a 20, so
my
congratulations. The goddess of the planet
Cronubulum.
What?
Cronubulum.
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 Cronubulum
Close enough.
brings you into her embrace for fighting so hard to protect our planet, and sees how many of the parasite gremlins you killed, and grants you immortal life as the planet. You rolled a 20.
Of course I did.
You are now the planet. And, Maddie,
Vote Josh for planet.
before figuring out what your turn is, after has every cave-in aspect of this been a result of you? Aren't you the one who threw the helmet in the cave in the first place?
Maybe.
Caused the first cave-in?
That looks like the face of shame to me.
I think it could have been anybody. I don't know. There was a lot going on. There was a lot of people. I don't really remember it too well.
I just wanted to confirm that. Okay,
I would say Space Satan did the second one. That one was
True.
me.
That's a fair point, actually.
Yeah.
yes, but you
They
challenged
summoned
Space
Space
Satan,
I did bring him to this dance, so
and then you crit failed in trying to defeat him in a techno battle.
Maddie, control your date.
he's an independent man. I cannot control him, nor would I. So that being said,
Okay, so
can I switch?
I'm pretty sure you're in space hell right now because you lost.
Yeah,
Oh shit, that's better.
yeah.
Space hell. That's like hell, but more.
I wish I were in space.
It's space hell, but it's blue. Well, there's not much. Can I switch characters because I'm like technically super dead, or do I need to now roleplay this in being in space hell?
If you can make a logical step of going to a new character, you can.
Roll with it. Make a logical
If
step.
you
So I would like to say
if you legit just want to wake up in a dark and mysterious area with no idea who you are, where you are, what surrounds you, and all you see before you is 100 dead gremlin bodies
I mean that's a good idea.
and a
Actually.
flat mountain, I'm fine with that at this point in time.
So what I actually wanted to do is I was going to say as the techno battle was ending and my soul was going to space hell, the camera switches perspectives and I am now space Satan.
We have a new Satan, ladies and gentlemen.
You want to roll for space,
I
Satan?
would love to roll to become space Satan.
You rolled a 9, so you're not space Satan.
Okay.
Thank God.
If you'd like to be a space demon of some sort that came to like rave in the background while he played his music,
Yeah, I'd like to be a space hell
He
enforcer.
has like his glow stick.
okay, you're a space demon.
Sweet.
Spache demon.
Andrew, you have some crystals.
Damn,
That seems like such an unimportant thing in
Doesn't
light
it?
of everything
Have
else.
space Satan battles and someone just became the planet.
That used to be the main plot. Was like we want to get the crystals, and now we've just kind of become
Well-
very existential.
You know what? These people, I don't really give a shit about these people. They can do their thing. I got what I came for. I'm going to make my way back out of the cave with crystals in hand, and make the call to my quote-unquote family to come and pick me up from the surface of the planet.
What
You're
were
still
the
dead, right?
quotes for?
So, I'm sorry, what are you doing?
Basically, I'm calling my connections to come pick me up.
Connections.
You're ghost right now.
All right, fine. I'll
Possible.
attempt to
Okay,
become a person
I'm just-
again first.
I'm just making sure I have as much information as is available to me before I start crafting this web even bigger into some new level of whatever. So you sit down in a meditative stance, the briefcase on your lap, and you just meditate on your connections back at your mansion.
Well, it's not
And
my
sure
mansion.
enough,
it is now. I guess.
There, on the desk in your library, sits a random Ouija board you keep around for some reason. And you manage to move the whatever it's called around. And your, I don't know, some other butler.
Butler's butler. God
Butler's
damn,
A
this guy is
home
fucking
care
rich.
person, butler, maid, whatever, looks over and reads out the message.
It's just a dude
and-
like vacuuming the office. Like, what the fuck?
Immediately begins to try to figure out how to summon you back to the mansion with the diamonds. You rolled a 13, so it's not quite high enough for you to just be out of there, but there's work in progress.
Cool.
Scott, you're a pancake.
A goblin
Among many
pancake.
others. Anyway, so I guess I'm going to, together with the spirits of my fallen species who has faced a great threat from the human invaders to our planet. We'll gather up the original god. We'll go to the original god of this planet, and basically pray for directions for what we must do in sort to try to reclaim our home.
Okay. What is your god's name?
Kaboom!
Kaboom.
Seems
Got it.
appropriate.
You pray to your eldritch god,
Do you want me to
Kaboom.
grab it? What's that? Yes, to which one?
And you know, I really should have had you just message the names directly to me, Josh. Carnubulum instead
Carnubulum.
shows up and smites you. You rolled a 4.
Get smote, son. My god is strong.
Josh,
I'm the planet, I guess.
yeah? What would you like to... We got 20 more minutes.
Oh man, What can I do with 20 more minutes?
This whole game escalated so quickly
Yeah.
Really
Dude.
did.
as everyone just died.
You know what? I'm going to use my celestially granted energy of becoming a great crystalline body of the stars to consume every single remaining explosive gremlin on the surface of my planet that I can
Oh my
feel.
God.
As the crystalline ground will just drag them under and remove that scourge from my crust.
I hope
And
that
then what?
I hope that none of these times you roll a 1, because then the planet's just gonna explode and we'll all die.
That's fine too, but that's an escalation we don't need right now. We
It's
still have
either-
20 minutes.
No, he's rolling to kill all of the explosive gremlins. If he rolls a 1, this planet literally gets overrun by gremlins carrying dynamite.
This sounds like a win-win.
So let's
situation.
roll!
Is there another kind of gremlin? I thought that was just what they did.
So, in your celestial power, you focus in on every cave of every size throughout your being. And you find all the ones that have explosive gremlins in them. And all at once, those tunnels cave in.
Holy shit.
You rolled a 16. So, there are still surviving explosive gremlins out there. But you definitely wiped out all of their home caves.
I cast Squish.
Tis super effective. Maddie, you're a space demon now, that's right.
So I assume as a space demon, one of my jobs is to gather souls so I can bring them back to space hell and torment them forever. And it seems to me that there's now quite a few of them kind of all
Just
over the place.
Floating around.
So I am going to, I think, I don't want to specifically target you because that feels mean. That feels like I'm bullying you at this point.
You killed him.
Yeah.
You drove his car into a wall.
Destroyed
let me-
my limo.
Let me say this. I stole your car. It just went from there. It does seem that there are 6 souls possessing this planet, possibly, of a variety of murderers. And I think that they should go to space also. I'm going to try and pull these souls from the force of the planet
Oh.
to drag them to space hell.
So,
I just realized how kind of loud we were.
you are rolling to go...
Kind of exorcise the planet.
Okay.
Well, it's like anti-exercise.
Power of space Satan compels you.
I was thinking Ghost Rider.
I'm Ghost.
Just
I'm
do like a
Space Ghost
demonic
Rider.
bounty hunter and just
Absolutely.
suck up all these evil, greedy souls.
Oh my god.
No, that's absolutely what I am now. Thank you.
I'm so jealous.
Should have become a space demon. I don't know what to tell you. Instead, you're a
Maybe I
ghost
should roll for
butler.
that.
Yeah.
I got the diamonds, I guess, which doesn't seem like much now.
You look around the cave and you spot Andrew's ghost is definitely still there. The gremlins ghosts are there. Josh and his collection are not there. They're still deep within the planet. And you only rolled a 16. But that is definitely high enough for you to collect the gremlin souls and Andrew's soul, which is in that tavern, and gather them up to take to space hell
I'll take it.
and collect a bounty from Satan.
Sweet.
Space Satan.
Space-
Yeah,
Satan,
no, be
yeah.
specific. You don't want to take it to the wrong Satan. That's just a
No.
whole bunch of paperwork.
Yeah.
So,
Just a nightmare.
Andrew, how would you like to maybe stop them from taking you to Space Satan?
I don't think I am going to stop it. I think I wanna buddy up to Space Satan. Mostly with the goal of just, well, I don't want to do that because that's basically what you already did.
We could have a team up for the first time in this entire show.
All right, I will attempt to also become a space demon. Although I would like to maintain my briefcase full of diamonds because that's why I died. So it means something to me now. So I guess a space demon with a briefcase.
You offer to Space Satan an eternity of servitude in exchange for you being allowed to keep a briefcase of crystals.
Yeah, that's about right.
Small favors. He's got a one-track mind.
As long as I keep my diamonds.
Needs those gems.
Space Satan smiles. And he reaches behind his throne and pulls out an entire duffel bag of crystals, hands it to you, and suddenly your entire body or your entire being just starts to feel different. You can feel yourself changing and being filled with such a dark, hollow energy as you turn into a space demon.
Nice.
You rolled a 20
Oh yeah.
to become a space
I fist
demon.
bump Maddie.
We've ascended. Scott, what are you gonna do?
I believe that's descending.
Yeah, no.
You know. Whatever.
Other
So,
way.
Scott, are you going to do anything about the fact that you're being taken to Space Satan?
I mean, I've been smited by the god who apparently still has power here, and I feel like Space Station probably has access to something that can cause big booms. So I'm going to ask if he wants an army of little explosive obsessed ghosts running around causing chaos on this planet.
This is our origin story. This is how the party.
So
formed.
are you So are you wanting to be brought back to life in exchange for your servitude, or
Just with the power to interact with things in the interior world, generally for the purpose of causing explosions.
okay? That's God damn it. As you make this proposal to Space Satan, he thinks it over and smiles. Very well. I shall send you and all of your species back with these two new space demons. Wait, no, I gotta do his voice. Very well. I shall send you
Gross.
and all of your fallen brethren back with my two new space demons, with the purpose of purging it of every god. Make it my new land. Bring it into my kingdom.
It's time to kill
You have rolled a 19.
This has been a very high rolling game.
Sometimes.
It's been a very one side or the other game.
We all died. So
Very
not
much
that
middling.
high.
You're all dead, and it can only go uphill from there.
One of those deaths was intentional.
That being said, Josh, you're working for the god of this planet. What's your turn as the planet?
Well, we've started a celestial and infernal war upon the surface of Cornubulum, so as these incoming armies of reincarnated explosive goblins and demons under the will of Space Satan are coming to invade and bring war upon my beloved home and planet of Cronubulum. I am going to summon the crystalline angels of Cronubulum to do battle with the incoming demons and gremlins.
So you're summoning
Roll
an
to
army
summon crystalline angel army to fight.
to... Okay, yep.
Your microphone is still plugged in, so try to be quiet.
Upon sensing this impending unholy force, you pray to... Is it Charnubulum or Carnubulum?
Cronubulum.
I swear to God,
Cronubulum.
it keeps changing.
Cronubulum.
Okay, so as you pray to the god of Cronubulum, and they, sure enough, send you a force of crystalline angels. Not a huge one, let me be clear. Sends you a small squadron of crystalline angels to fight these demons. You rolled a 14.
It's a couple.
So you've got a substantial force. Maddie, you've just been given a mission from Space Satan.
About time. So the physical presence of the god is not on the planet, right? It's just there's angels. Did I understand that correctly?
And the planet.
I'll say the planet itself is opposing you, and there is a squadron of crystal angels to fight you.
Okay. I'm gonna go directly for the source. I am going to try once again to purge these spirits from the planet so I can fight God.
As one does.
As one does. As you see this force of crystal angels stand in your way, you focus your power and you shoot straight past them and plow your way straight into the planet. Josh, you feel what in human terms would be like someone grabbing your shirt and dragging you, but in a more spiritual, celestial way, as you are literally ripped out of the planet.
Ow.
Maddie rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Andrew,
So with-
the planet you were sent to possess is no longer possessed by Josh.
Oh, well, shit, I'm gonna take over the planet then.
Hey, we were here first.
You fly in and you charge away. See, you didn't roll high enough to become the planet, but you did roll high enough to succeed at something. So I'm going to say you went ahead and took out the crystal angels
Okay, fair enough.
that were set to defend it.
That was my other option, but when you're presented with the option to possess a planet, you don't
Just
pass that
just
up.
become the fucking planet, huh?
Yeah. Like you rolled a 13. That's not really high enough to become a planet. Scott,
I would
you've been given a mission from Space Satan.
I speak to the few remaining gremlins on the planet. My people, we have been released from the humans. We have our benefactor. I have received a mission from our benefactor to claim this planet and away from the god of the humans. And then I'm going to try to sort of form a collective, active possessing of the planet with the other, however many ghost gremlins there are.
So you're rolling to possess the planet with an army of ghost gremlins.
And also inspire the living gremlins.
And inspire the living ones to help you take over the planet.
Or just to say, there is hope. The humans shall not be here forever.
As you and your demonified gremlin brethren manifest in front of these living gremlins, as if from the great god Kaboom, and utter these words: "Stay strong. We can purge this planet of humans." They all go rabid with how much rage they have at all of their fallen brethren. And they just start a massive war across all of the planet. Explosions start going off everywhere. You rolled a 20
Nice.
to purge this planet of humans.
And tonight we celebrate.
With fireworks.
Josh,
Appears to have
Yeah, so
you just got ripped out of a planet.
as I'm being pulled from the planet forcefully by some sort of spiritual anchor hook thing, and realizing that the planet will likely fall with the angel's defeat and the loss of Cronubulum's power, the goddess herself makes one final ferocious and violent action and annihilates the entire planet in a surge of celestial energy.
No, there's... Okay, Ben, I know you need more time. I don't know if I can make this game go on much more.
Ben cannot hear you.
There could
Not a word,
always
I'm
be
afraid.
bigger
Sorry.
explosions.
So Josh just rolled to blow up the planet, so you may not have much more time.
I was gonna say, Josh is literally rolling to eliminate an entire
At
planet.
some point,
I destroyed the universe with ladybugs once. It can happen.
I just want to make it clear, I can continue this. We can talk about past episodes of Roll With It. We'll find conversations to talk about that are Roll With It related, but I don't know if I can continue this game much longer.
There can always be bigger booms.
Yeah, we
We'll just
still
go
have
to another
other
planet.
planets.
Yeah.
Space Satan is universal.
He is everywhere.
So, I think the next round's probably going to be the last round, because eventually I feel like our imagination's going to run out on how to do a big grand ending, considering we're already to the point of ending planets with a god.
Well, what do the numbers say?
The numbers say there is still a planet.
Unfortunate.
You rolled a 9, which is not enough to completely destroy a planet. In fact, I would say that as you were ripped out of the planet and incapable of staying as a part of it and in control of it, the goddess sees it as you have abandoned your post
Oof.
Aww.
Disgrace.
and has
Rude.
cut off ties with you. So, Maddie,
Well,
you just caused a guy to get forsaken.
I was gonna hit you, but now I feel really bad. Not that bad, though.
You tried to cut my leg off earlier.
It's
just
just
rude.
it's just part of the business. I don't know what this accent is supposed to be.
That's what
Snap
space demons
hairs.
sound
That's
like.
just what space demons sound like. I mean, the whole point was we were trying to pave the way for Space Satan to possess the planet. So I'm going to just toss Josh to the side, because he's now a normie and I don't care. And I'm going to open a metaphysical door for Space Satan to come through and possess the planet.
As after purging the spirits from this planet and Andrew slaying the crystal angels and Scott causing an army to wipe out humanity, the planet is purged of any essence of this god. So you sit down and you begin your demonic prayer to Space Satan, space demonic prayer to Space Satan, and
Space demonic space prayer.
Uh.
Space Satan.
It sounds like a techno beat.
Which is appropriate.
and sure enough, no, it can't be a flaming archway because it's space.
So just an archway.
It's a Star Trek.
A nebulous archway appears before you, and from it, Space Satan marches out with an army of space demons as they begin to take over this planet as part of his new kingdom. You have successfully taken over the planet of Chernubulum, or Cronubulum, or whatever it is now, because I'm pretty sure it's been
Cronubulum.
pronounced 5 different ways by now. And Space Satan's now in charge of it.
Sweet.
Andrew.
So, with the fact that we have taken this planet and Space Satan now controls it, I would like to establish defensive outposts, probably in the space around the planet, like defenses, lasers, satellites, that kind of stuff.
Right. Jesus.
with your diamonds.
I've got my diamonds the whole time. My duffel bag is on my back. There's no dynamite
With
in
the
it.
duffel bag of crystals, you managed to remember what made these crystals so valuable. It was how easy it is to convert them into nuclear missiles.
Oh yeah, that's why that guy wanted them.
So all around the planet, you set up a ton of remote-controlled nuclear missile silos as a planetary defense. Because you just rolled a nat 20.
I mean, this is a planet with explosion gremlins. What else would they be for?
Yeah,
Got-
that's a good point.
You have some pretty big booms at your disposal.
Oh,
This
Jesus.
is your
This is
second
a
to last
terrible idea.
turn.
Why did I
It's
do
your
this?
turn to blow up the planet.
You have one more turn after this.
I'm going to turn to Josh, extend a small soot-stained hand, and say, I saw you trying to make a very big boom. I feel we might be kindred spirits. Can we be friends?
This is beautiful.
The spiritual hand of me reaches out and blesses you with the remaining power of Cronubulum left inside
Yeah,
me.
get out of me! Yeah. So basically,
So
I'm
you agree to be friends? Okay. That's an in-character conversation. What's your turn?
Yeah.
I'd like to convince Space Satan to take on the now abandoned Josh as a new follower. If he
So
agrees.
you're rolling. Okay, so that's still something that's like an in-character conversation. Like I can't force Josh's character to become a space demon or join Space Satan's army.
if Josh agrees, then
I guess I agree.
Fuck it. Well, I don't have much else
Welcome
going on.
aboard Space Satan's comic crew.
This other god's
There's a
dead now,
goddamn
so...
callback. So what's your turn, Scott?
He
I was
rolls to
trying-
convince Satan to make
to
me join.
accept the former agent of the god.
Ah, yes, a former agent, now forsaken and ready for revenge. Welcome aboard! You rolled a 20
Hey!
to get Satan to accept Josh as a space demon. Space Satan accepts Space Josh as a space demon. Josh, it is your final turn, which, to remind everyone, is not determined by a d20, but by a d2, aka a quarter.
Oh, shit.
Let's go!
Go big
Alright.
or go home.
So I've just been accepted into the legion of the space Satan demons that have corrupted and destroyed my homeland. I've been forsaken by my goddess, and I have nothing left to do, really, but to sabotage every single nuclear missile on the planet to simultaneously explode at once. Thus, doing what I was trying to do all the time and make the big boom for Scott. Destroy it!
Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
You march around this planet as a new agent of Space Satan. You, every now and then, will just clip a wire here, push a button there, turn a valve here, loosen a nut there. And sure enough, when the goddess attempts to reclaim her planet, every nuke gets fired at once. And every nuke at once detonates on the planet, blowing it into space dust.
La!
Maddie, your newly conquered kingdom is dust.
Press F for respect.
Press F for respect of Chernobylum.
We hardly know her. Well, I will admit I didn't really care much about the planet anyway. However,
I don't think anyone did. You only cared about the crystals.
absolutely.
He did just destroy the crystals, though.
And also because I think Space Satan was possessing the planet at the time, possibly also Space Satan. I want to fight all the other demons to become the new Space Satan.
Okay, heads or tails?
I'm gonna take tails too.
You turn to Space Satan and you ask, so how'd you get into your position? By slaying all who stood in my way. You're like, interesting. And then you just like grab his electric keyboard and swing it straight at his head. He raises his arm up, catches the keyboard, and punches you in the face so hard it comes off. You failed your final roll.
Okay.
And as you are already a ghost, your ghost form literally gets destroyed. You are now completely non-sentient space matter. That might someday become a star-ish? Oh.
They can join the Headless Hunt.
That's right. Now I really
Andrew!
Alright, so now that I'm a ghost again,
It's just a
Yes,
big
HTZ
circle
bug,
here.
his musical keyboard for his techno music.
all I want to do is find my briefcase and walk off into the sunset.
It just wants its
You
chest.
just want to walk off with your briefcase
All I want.
of
At least
nuclear
sell them.
crystal.
Maybe someday. That's not my goal right now, though.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
As you eventually float your way back to the original space hell, you find your briefcase of the crystals, and you pick it up, and it is at that exact moment that your living butler back at the mansion completes his summoning spell, summoning you back into the mansion. So you are now back at home with a very soft bathrobe, a very delicious cup of hot cocoa, and a very expensive briefcase of nuclear
I
crystals.
put my feet up by the fire and read a book. Job is done.
Scott, you already had your big boom. What's next?
I'd like for me and the rest of the goblins to go on a campaign of small sabotages that cause big booms against all the rest of the planets of the gods.
Heads or tails?
Heads will fly.
Ah.
So, you look at Space Satan and you tell him, we could do more for you. And he's like, you know what? I don't even care. I need alcohol.
I'm done with this.
So he gives no cares and lets you just go out to do whatever you want. And sure enough, your army travels planet to planet with just duffel bags of these nuclear crystals, and you just place them all in just the right spot. You pull just the right wires, adjust just the right nuts and bolts and knobs.
Yeah.
Sure enough, every planet in the known universe with sentient life on it is destroyed, reaping millions of souls for Satan.
Press F for respect.
And the moral of the story today is greed can end a planet.
And also, don't let
Capitalism was bad the whole time.
Okay,
Greed kills.
so that has been Roll With It.
I mean, I
So,
was pretty successful, if I do say so myself. I mean,
You had the happy ending.
And I assume the planet exploded shortly after that.
My
Oh,
ambition
yeah.
got me killed every time.
Yeah, where did he get summoned back to? Is it
I'm
like
not gonna question it.
I
It was a
don't know.
very long-lived
It's my-
happiness.
magical
It's my space mansion. What?
magical mansion? Yeah, exactly.
Uh, so, one quick question for everyone before we leave off into the next break. What, in all of the podcasts and all of the live shows, has been your favorite episodes of Roll With It?
I mean,
Starting with you, Josh. Or if you can't decide
Is it
first.
is it one that I was in, or is it just like in general?
Any at all.
I think the pastrymancer is my favorite episode, with Tom Riley playing the baked good wizard. I can't remember his name. It was like Zipple Dipplebottom or something, but Ben probably knows because it haunts his dreams.
I'm sure Ben has blocked out 90% of Roll With It that he
Ben
Ben says a
did.
different thing every time, I think.
Bakery wizard? Is that what she said?
He summoned
Yeah.
Pastry specifically.
pastries
The pastry
to
wizard.
the pastry wizard.
Oh, we're referring to Tom Riley's character from way back in the way.
Yeah.
I believe that
Yeah.
was Zanglethorn Jungle Grunk or something like that.
Jamblethorn.
Yeah, exactly. It was
That's more accurate, actually. And
Janglethorn
what a weird
Zunger
distinction to
Flip.
make on accuracy.
just like tassel tits.
Right, Maddie, have you listened through all the podcasts at all?
I am extremely new to this network, so it is a work in progress, especially because I'm currently.
Don't put too much work into roll with it.
I mean, to be
Good
fair,
time.
I had a great
There are
fucking
good
time,
episodes.
so-
There are also some very not worth looking back at episodes.
That's the nature of improv.
Unless you want a minor brain aneurysm.
Which one does this fall under?
Everyone I'm in is a minor brain aneurysm.
Yes, but that's for the DM, Josh. For other people, like the episodes you're on that I didn't DM, I really enjoy. I'll put it that way. When it's someone else's problem, it's very enjoyable.
To say, as someone who GMs just regular games, I can only imagine how much fun this is. So, my answer is this one.
How about you, Andrew?
So admittedly, I've only listened to one episode, and it was one of them that was Johnny was on, although I don't know if he's been on multiple.
Oh, I remember that episode. Is it the live? Was it the live one that Ben DM'd?
It might have been. But the only thing
Hey, I remember
really
that.
remember from it was summoning like a flock of taxi ravens to take them around
Yep.
everywhere.
That was the one Ben DM'd. That was a fantastic episode.
And
And how about you,
Ben
Scott?
plugged in.
Hi, I believe you're referring to the one that I DM'd when Dakota graciously ceded the chair over to me. That was the one, indeed, where there was a flying taxi service of ravens that took them to a weird castle in the sky, upon which there was a floating island with a giant skyscraper on top, on which the Council of Wizards, led by the great evil capitalist wizard Jeff Bezopicus, ruled on high and made economic decisions for the town below. I believe you're referring to that game?
And
Yeah, that one.
within which there was an elevator.
Yeah, there was indeed an
And
elevator.
someone started a counseling service. I just remembered that. There was someone who started like a counseling service for the employees in that company.
I believe one of the best parts of that entire game is, golly, was it Kevin Veldman, I think? Of Kevin Veldman, of formerly of Comic Noobs, now of Smash Film, who Johnny cast an Eldritch Blast at him that made his soul leave his body, and then it returned to his body within a single round. It was a wild-ass game.
That was the one he executed a shopkeeper and called me out because I did that in one of his games.
There was some poison murder. It was a wild day.
It's always a wild day.
How did
How about you, Scott? What's your favorite episode?
Let me see. Of the ones that I've been in, probably the one where I was the combat robot to Josh's Space Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yes.
Oh shit!
See,
That was a weird episode.
my mistake was I had a set plan on what the setting would be before going into it, and then I let Josh go first.
Why would you ever let me go first? I always do that.
I have learned better by now. Today, I literally had the plan of if I could not think of a setting, Josh would go first. If I thought of a setting, Josh went last.
Hey, I got a quick
That was
question.
legit my plan for today, ever since I was told who all would be playing.
I have
Ben has a
I have a quick
question.
little question. What's this weird implication that there are non-weird episodes of Roll With It? I don't know if I appreciate
I
that.
do remember an episode that Ben GM'd while he was drunk once at a party, and there was the end where I consumed the universe as a swarm of angry ladybugs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when I get
That
drunk on
one's
stream.
another one too.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That was-
That's what happens when you get
Last
like,
turn, Josh. What do? I turn into a swarm of ladybugs and eat the universe.
And if I was drunk at a party, that game was not recorded, so I believe you.
That's fair.
Yeah, Ben,
It was not recorded.
Ben, one time you said something really weird about consuming the universe in the form of insects. Oh, was I drunk? Yes. Then that happened.
Sounds about right.
I say a lot of real dumb shit even when I'm sober, so.
How about you, Ben? Do you want to answer on what your favorite Roll With It's
Oh,
been?
my favorite Roll With It of all time? Oh, golly,
Yeah.
yeah. There's so many.
Right?
God.
Ben, you gave your life away. How many of them did you enjoy?
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm a deep fan. This is an old one. This is only number 5. I really like the one with the Nebula nerds and the comic crew, with the space mafia and everything. That was a wild ass game.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the chapter I'm on with the Roll With It novel.
Yes, indeed. That is the one in
That
which
I will.
That is the one in which Donald Moore meted me into the game on the second turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Also, Thompson got a leech stuck to his dick. It was a wild game.
That was a really weird game.
Again, when is it not?
Yeah, again. Yeah, you're right. I also enjoy the episode where Josh liberated Candyland, the board game.
Tabletop terrors, that's right.
Well, and then we gave everyone on the spaceship diabetes with sugar in the system, I think.
Sorry, Dakota.
We pumped the oxygen with sugar, and then everyone got diabetes.
Just in case anyone's not aware, I am a type 1 diabetic, and that is why I laugh so hard at that.
And that's why I'm calmly apologizing
That
for
is
a
why
joke
he's
I made
calmly
3 years
apologizing.
ago. Anywho,
I can't remember whose fault that was, actually.
you gotta spin the wheel and say Katie Hughes.
That might have been. Didn't we kill? Oh wait, she was the queen.
Yeah, she became Queen Frostine or whatever it is. Queen Frosting.
Queen. Yeah, I don't know. My Candyland lore is a little hazy.
It's been a while. I've only been playing
The deep lore.
I've only played Candy Worlds Online.
Deep lore.
Candyland Online.
The Candyland MMO.
Yeah.
You can just read through the Candyland wiki to learn all.
Yeah,
of it.
honestly, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
gonna,
haven't read the Candyland comics yet.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Wait!
do for. Well, you see,
Ben, that's what you did during the show. You had the wiki open.
yes, I did have the
Actually, a wiki?
I had the Milton Bradley wiki open for Candyland. Yeah, no.
Bradley Wiki.
Well, the thing is, the new game is coming out later this week, and I'm gonna have to reread the wiki before I get Candy Hearts 3 later this
Oh
week.
no, I've just been watching the cutscenes.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Yeah, because I played Candy Hearts Chain of Memories, and that only
That was
refreshes
the last
a
one I
little bit.
played. It wasn't very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
What just weird turn happened in the conversation?
Hey, who else is excited for Kingdom Hearts 3?
13.
I can't afford things, so not me.
Same.
I'm really
I'm a
excited.
PC gamer because it's cheaper.
What were we doing? Roll with it? Did you guys?
No,
Yeah!
this is the Kingdom
Folks,
Hearts chat.
I'm obviously
Yeah,
still
we're
off
discussing our favorite episodes.
I am still off camera, and I'm obviously only just tuning in. Did you have fun?
It was good.
What's
Yes.
I heard the phrase "the other Satan," which is a roll with it staple.
That is, it's been very common that Satan
Don't worry,
plays a role
Ben.
in the
It's
games
the
I'm in.
space
Yeah,
Satan.
this is Space Satan. Not...
As opposed to metal Satan.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's see. There,
and whatever other Satans you've brought into your worlds.
Yeah, there's flying cap Satan. There's metal Satan. Once you get 60 stars, you can get invisible Satan.
Who is like canon Satan right now?
Sam Benson. Sam Benson in memoriam, always and forever. Gone but not forgotten. More until I join you. Sam's alive. Sorry.
Press F for respect.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna tune back out real quick so I can and get Clockkeeper ready. But I'm glad you guys had fun.
Hey, I'm getting Clockkeeper ready on my side.
Hey.
Hey.
From me.
Anyway, fuck off.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Basically, I'm getting all my spells ready because I'm playing with too many fucking spells. I got like 16 different things to keep track of as to how many things I can cast at a time. What the hell?
It sounds
Also,
like
should we
roll
be-
with it.
Should we be on break?
Yeah, are we done with roll with it?
Is it? Can everyone hear me still?
Yes.
Yes.
We're still streaming.
I was asking the Twitch stream, but
Oh.
Yeah, they can all hear you still.
Yeah.
okay. I don't know. Ben told me to fuck off, so I thought maybe he was going to move it to the break screen.
Haha! I cast invisibility.
I can do that. I was just wondering if you were done. Alright.
I was gonna say I wouldn't mind. quick break so I can figure out how to play Pathfinder.
Me too.
Go for MP3.
All right.
Josh, you remember how to play Pathfinder, right? Okay, so
Uh,
here's the thing. I'm gonna wait till Andrew turns off the thing.
Andy,
Ben, do you want the grappling?